My name is Rocky. I'm Gunnery Sergeant, Master Gunnery Sergeant, United States Marine Corps, retired from 1968 to 1975. 108 Special Forces Ranger Division out of Pleiku, North Vietnam, Da Nang, as well as Plain of Jars, Dien Bien Phu, that area around in there. It was green, luscious, water trees, vines the size of a human being. And after we mustered out, rounded up and relieved the duty in the area, it was all brown, due in part from Agent Orange and the bombing, the constant bombing. They would actually come and get us and introduce us to a theater or a conflict, and in the process we would render that theater inoperable. Behind enemy lines mostly, disabling munitions, disabling infrastructure, disabling enemy combatants. It was considered then, at that time, as black ops. Agent Orange is a chemical much like a syrupy molasses, not as dense. And whatever it touches, it activates a chemical in it to cause its death. The chemical is a subsistence of a defoliant. Veterans in the Second World War experienced the DDT, yellow D, and as well as other chemical agents that they experienced in that conflict. And it's very likening, if not so similar, that they probably just took it out of the archives and used it. They have manufactured 500-pound bombs and 1,500-pound bombs, what we used to call in the Vietnamese conflict daisy busters, low-yield nuclear substance. We used to call them daisy busters. And Admiral Elmo Zumwalt would send out a Z letter. The grunts in the area used to call them Z letters because he would warn us of incoming munition rounds that had that density to them. And sometimes if we were in field, in country, we would not be notified, especially the Agent Orange aspect. My first appreciation of Agent Orange was having it dropped on my combat helmet, and it rained down partially, if you can imagine, from my cap bill, and in motion, and the weather blowing up inside of my eyes or in my eyelids and my nose and mouth, and you're kind of wanting to get it off, but you're still subsisting with this, and on your clothing, and it's soaking into your clothing and directly into your skin. The Agent Orange that would be dropped would be directly involved in our ability to evade the bombardments under the trees or beside the trees or as close to the ground as possible where the Agent Orange was dropped. It would get in our boots, subsequently between our toes, and render our feet almost useless to us. In our backpacks, we would carry 2, 3, 4 pairs of extra socks, and the ability to clean as good as we could, some better than others, meant saving our feet, meant saving our lives, as a matter of fact, because without feet in jungle warfare, you're rendered useless. The long-term effects of it It's subtle, but it's effective. Without being dramatic, I believe that some of the reason